Mullen's trading volumes are drying out while the stock continues to fall. So, is this a fake breakdown and should you consider buying? Keep watching as we go through recent news as well as my chart analysis and price prediction. But before we do that, subscribe to our channel Stocks 101 for regular stock market updates. Mullen saw a jump in its trading volumes a few weeks ago when the price got inflated thanks to announcements, but now deflation has gotten hold of the company and is snatching away the gains, taking the price into the 22-cent range, indicating an 11.5% fall. The sellers seem to be fading away as David Michery works on reducing issues for the company, and data about institutions buying the stocks strike fear into sellers and force them to think twice before selling. In our opinion, this fall is justified by the technicals even if it does not sit well with the volumes, but it's actually a good sign since a bull trend requires big pullbacks every now and then. Also, buyers will get a better opportunity for entering a trade. With all that in mind, let's analyze the charts. So as you guys can see right here, we're now in the 1-day chart for MULN, and as always, we'll first analyze the 1-day chart, then the 1-hour chart, and to end it off, we'll get to the 5-minute chart. But right off the bat, you can see that as I already told you guys yesterday, right, in my previous video, that I believe that the stock will probably end the day below the 23-cent range. So that's over there, and we ended it at 22.77 cents, which is pretty close to the 22.75 support, right? Let's just assume that it's the same level because, well, it pretty much is, right? We'll round that off to 22.75. So anyways, that was a success. So what's going to happen today? First, we can see that on the pre-market, we're up by about 30 or 35%, I believe, right? So we're up at 22.86 cents, which of course is not that great of a sign. If you ask me, we probably should not, get a red candle today, but then again, it depends on the market, right? The market yesterday was rather sluggish, but of course, some stocks did fall down by a lot, such as MR over here, right? These stocks did fall by quite a lot, and SoFi as well. But anyways, we're not talking about that. If we come back to, MULN, we can see that over here, the MULN volume, right, the trading volume was 159 million and 159 million. So that seems to be kind of stable. And over here as well, 163 million, 128, 235. So this was a bit, different. But as you guys can see that ever since we got this inflation trend over here, right? Ever since the stock price inflated, the volumes, even though they're significantly up as compared to the previous charts over here, right? When we used to get like 40 or 30 or 50 million dollars, or well, why am I saying dollars? When we used to get 100 million shares, 60 million, 70 million shares traded per day. And over here, we got 658 million shares traded in a single day. Ever since then, the volume has declined as the stock goes down. But at the same time, we can see that, it's kind of a good sign considering the fact that there are not a lot of sellers on the market, right? Even though they already sold, some people already sold the positions over here, but there still are probably not as much short sellers as there were before, if you ask me. And that, of course, for any stock would be a good sign. And if, of course, we talk about the institutional ownerships as well, right? Most short sellers are kind of backing out of this because, they can see that, hey, institutions are buying this. Maybe we probably don't know something and they know it. That's why they're buying it. Because most institutions, as you guys already know, have insider information as well. And that's, well, even though it might not be mentioned anywhere, but it's just a sad reality. Pre-market does not seem to be moving, so we'll keep on talking about other fundamental factors, right? Apart from that, if we talk about David Michery, right, he's doing a lot of work to erase problems as we already discussed in our previous video, but at the same time, I do have a few concerns with him, right? The first one, of course, being that he said that we'll do work instead of talking, yet they're still talking, right? They're not exactly doing work. And the main concern that I believe every investor has is the PR team, right? Why are they not doing something to market their brand? Why are they not doing something to market their events, right? I have not heard a single news about the tour that was going on. I even forgot its name. Yeah, the strikingly different tour. So last I saw it was in Texas. That was a few days, or rather even a few weeks ago. And ever since then, I've not heard or read about it anywhere. So that's bad marketing at its peak, right? The event, if marketed, would have received a lot of good response because, of course, we have seen some car YouTubers and some car bloggers review the car that actually said that it's really great, and even the interior, I've seen it myself, and it's really fabulous, right? So with that, right, of course, why would the company not be famous, right? Why would it not be successful? Apart from the fact that they're not making any sales, right? That's probably just bad PR because investors, even if you look at investors, right, all they think of the stock is a risky bet. They don't even look at it as a company, right? So once they look at it as a company, the stock will probably perform better and the company hopefully will perform better as well. But in order to do that, the company first has to provide some substantial base for investors to base off their trades on. So as you guys can see right here, the market has started and we already took some support at 75, right? So 22.75 when I say 75. And we did get again resisted at 23 cents. So we've fallen back at 22.83 cents. So will we fall today? To analyze that, I believe we should probably head into the 1 hour chart. So as you guys can see right here, we're now in the 1 hour chart for MULN, and over here, this does not seem, good. Because of course, we can see that we got a green candle followed by a red engulfing candle, and that too in a pattern that this green candle itself was a follow-up of a red candle. So this pattern in itself is a really bearish one. After that, on top of that, we followed it by two pin bar candles. Well, let me at least say it before you fall, right? We were followed by two negative pin bar candles. They were in the greens, but still they were pointing aggressively towards the bottom side. And of course, after that, we can see that we got declining inside candles. So inside candles are candles where basically the wicks are bigger than the body, right? So we can see that the wicks were bigger than the body, and that probably says that the stock will fall today as well, continuing this trend that we set over here, right? So once this trend continues, where's the stock headed? I don't personally think it would break 22 cents today, right? 22 cents should hold pretty well. If it breaks that, I have no issues at all. I'll just buy some more, but not financial advice, of course. Apart from that, if we look at the long-term trend too, we can see that we're still complying with this trend that we set over here, right? So we did get out of the somewhat of a cup and handle pattern that we made, and that too on the negative side. Well, why didn't I get my brush? So you can see that we made somewhat of a cup and handle pattern over here, and now we're finally getting over here, and this seems like a breakdown pattern. So eventually we might actually break below 22 cents, but I don't see it happening today, if you ask me, right? It might happen. I'm not an expert after all, right? I just have like 4 or 5 years of experience in this field. So that probably does not make me an expert. But anyways, we seem to be breaking the 22-cent range as well. I really don't know what caused this bearish sentiment in the market today. But if you look at other stocks, they're performing pretty well. NIO is performing well. Tesla is performing well. Lucid is going up. And Ford is a bit down, but that probably doesn't matter. 22.10. Will we break 22 cents? Well, it seems like we will. But to analyze that, let's quickly jump onto the 5-minute chart so we can even see the pre-market data. So as you guys can see right here, we're now in the 5-minute chart and we're right at the 22-cent level. And I believe, or well, I did not actually believe that, but I can see that we're about to break it. So that's bad, right? Not exactly bad, but kind of bad. So we can see that over here on yesterday's chart, we got a gap down, after which, of course, we got a slight bull run, a slight recovery, a slight breather. And ever since then, after we made this high around 24 cents, we've fallen down. We made a low around 23 cents, made another low around 22.56, and currently, as you guys can see, we're right at 22 cents. So we're probably about to break that. If we look at the aftermarket, we can see that we got a breather over here. So that kind of indicates why we would get such a big red candle to begin with, because as you guys can see, we already got a breather from the bearish trend, and it was of course supposed to be lower than this high that we made. So of course, well, this does not look good. Anyways, if Since we're falling, we have to talk about support levels. So we have a support at 21.75. Why didn't I get the horizontal line? 21 point, well, that's broken. Never mind. That's our resistance now, 21.75. Then 21.5, that's broken as well. Never mind. Um, I really don't know what's causing all of this selling pressure today, but it seems to be something out of the blue. Over here, we can see 25, 21.25 would be another support. And we'll have to mark a lot of support levels today just in case the stock falls hard. 21.1 would probably be a good support as well. Then 21, of course, strong support. And I don't think it would fall below 21 cents, to be honest. But considering this, even I'm kind of scared, right? This is really unexpected. We fell by about, let's see, we fell by about 6% in a single 5-minute candle, which is rather unexpected. If we talk about the volume, there were about 170,000 shares traded in a single candle. So I believe about 150,000 or 130,000 of those must have been sellers. So, well, we were just talking about how sellers are disappearing, and they were like, hey, here we are. Anyways, if we talk about what will happen to the stock today, right, we can see that we've already fallen quite a lot. So I don't think that the trend would probably continue anywhere below this. So we should probably take support at 21.5, 21.25, right? That sense, of course. So we'll probably end the day off around this resistance. If not, right, we might break out of it. I'm testing it twice. If we do that, we might actually come up to this level around 22.5, but hardly doubt that we'll break this level of 23 point, what level was this? 23.8. Yup, we probably won't be breaking that. Anyways, if we look at the DXY, that's down, but other than that, other indexes are up as well, right? On the buying one, we have 63,000 in volume, but that's still relatively low as compared to the first candle that we got that just crushed the stock. Anyways, if you ask me about my price prediction, as always, I'll reiterate on it, right? I'm short-term bearish and long-term bullish, but of course, me being short-term bearish is a good sign technically because most people who don't have a position open in the stock still have time to jump in, and I believe that this right here is actually a good time to get into the stock. But at the same time, remember that this most definitely is not financial advice, and you should always do your own research before you trade. MULN is a particularly risky stock. But anyways, if you enjoyed my analysis, be sure to hit the like button. If you did not enjoy it, be sure to hit the dislike button. You can subscribe to our channel Stox 101 for more such videos. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.